and gentlemen, if you're joining me this afternoon or this evening, whichever side of the world you're on, thank you for tuning into another episode of Extraordinary Women. My guest today is Miss Madeliene, also goes by Madz. How are you?
I'm so great. How are you?
I'm great. So thank you so much for joining me. You were referred by a mutual friend of ours. So before we go into this, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, and just, I don't know, maybe one little thing about yourself that's kind of unique or kind of interesting.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Hi guys. My name's Madeliene. MuscleMadz is what I go by on Instagram. I am a powerlifting coach, a personal trainer, and nutritionist. I just moved from Los Angeles to San Diego with my boyfriend, so we're actually looking to buy a house right now. But I guess one fun thing about me, I've been horseback riding since I was 5, and I actually competed for a few years. Didn't like take the champion ribbon at the end of the year, but it was still something fun to do. So
That sounds like fun. I think I went horseback riding like once. I was like, I don't know, I think maybe like 10 or 11.
yeah,
And I didn't really like it. I wasn't good at it. So I'm like, yeah, no, forget this. This sucks. It's not meant for me. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to do something more simple. I'm more of a simple person.
it's not for everyone. It takes
It's
a lot.
not. It's not. It takes a lot of patience too. A lot of time to learn and figure out how to do.
Oh yeah.
So you have your own fitness and nutrition program, MuscleMadz. Talk to me a little bit about this program. How long has it been around, and what sorts of things do you cover?
Yeah, it's actually it's quite new. So I used to work in the film industry. That's actually what my degree is in film and directing. So 2017 up until March of 2020 when the pandemic hit, I considered myself a filmmaker. I was a script supervisor and director's assistant. So once the pandemic hit, I went to self quarantine with my boyfriend in San Diego, and then push came to shove, I had to make a choice whether to go back to LA and continue working as a director's assistant or live out my dream and get my certification for personal training and nutrition coaching. And I chose that one because I liked living with my boyfriend. We had been doing long distance for 3.5 years at that point. So it was a big 180 after the pandemic. August of 21st, that was when MuscleMadz was launched. I had been going by MuscleMadz on Instagram for a while, but I really wanted to do this full time and be a coach and a trainer and help people with their relationship with food and make them feel confident in the gym. So there's many different programs that I offer depending on what that person wants to commitment wise, or if they're an athlete, or if they're just, someone who wants to lose 20 pounds and feel confident in their clothes again.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so who can benefit from this program? Do you coach people of all ages and people who are, looking to, let's say someone's looking to just really focus on nutrition, but they feel like their fitness routine is fine. Do you help everybody in this program? Who can all benefit from this program?
Yeah, I do help all types. I help athletes. I help people who are obese and just trying to distill healthier habits in their lifestyle. People who just want a workout program and they got their food covered. And then some people who got their workout program and just want some help with their food. So all different types, all different walks of life.
I've seen some of your results of people posting of how you've helped them a lot, and you do very great work. I've seen some of your work, but talk to me a little bit about how this program has changed some people's lives. Have you embraced that, and how does that feel when you are helping people get healthy and feel better about themselves?
Yeah, that's honest. I'm giving me, I got goosebumps. Like, just thinking about like all the people I've helped. It's still small because I am still new to this. I mean, MuscleMadz is less than a year old. But the biggest reward I can get is when someone's confidence is higher and they can walk out of the gym or just walk more confidently into a room because maybe they've lost weight or maybe they know how to make a healthy food decision when they have to go to a Super Bowl party. It's like, nope, I know what to eat here because Mads told me or she taught me how to make smart decisions. So my whole goal in life is not to have nutrition clients forever. Like, I want people to get this education from me, and however long it takes until they feel confident that they can go off in their lives and not need me anymore. And I know that's a terrible business plan, but it's like everyone should feel confident with food and should feel comfortable and have a good relationship with it. I'm someone who struggled with an eating disorder in the past, and I don't wish that upon anybody. So my whole passion and drive for helping people is just to feel confident and go forth and be able to live a happy lifestyle.
So you struggle with anorexia and bulimia.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your journey like going through that? And what was the turning point when you decided, you know what, enough is enough? I'm going to take back my physical and my emotional and mental health.
Yeah, so it started right out around high school, senior year. I lived with a family friend, and my family had to move for a job that my dad had, but he knew I would be okay to finish out my senior year with all my friends, which I was very grateful for. But the distance and the stress of being alone at such a young age, I was 16, 17 years old, and being alone and on my own and making my food decisions, that's where it started to creep in. Stress and emotional eating, then feeling guilty for it, binging and purging, because I did fear gaining weight. That was just something that is in my culture and my family. Thin is considered beautiful. Now my mindset is way different. Nothing against my family. That's just what I grew up looking and seeing with other women in my life. Aunt and grandmother and mom were all very fit, cardio bunnies, as some people call them. So I tried to resemble that. So then going off to college, I'm really, really on my own now, and I'm not going home as often. And the stress of having to perform academically and then also at an art school, trying to be creative as well. My first 2 years were very foggy, and I really wish I could redo them because there's so many things that I regret that I missed out on just based on I was too tired to get out of bed that day. So come second year, I was on a flight home. I visited my grandmother. I was just having a rough time and I needed to step away from school for a weekend. So I was flying back from Florida, and there was this guy next to me on an airplane, and he sees me eating a bag of almonds, which is a very small bag, and this is probably the only food I was planning on eating that day. And he looks over at me and says, "Oh, almonds, do you eat pretty healthy?" And me being my shy, very insecure self, did not wanting to talk to him. I was just like, yeah, try to. And he's like, "Okay, well, that's good. You only got one life." And then threw up his newspaper and didn't say a word to me the rest of the flight. And it just stuck with me. It echoed in my head over and over. You only have one life. And that's when I knew it's like, well, shit, I need to get help. I need to get better. Like, this is not sustainable. At that point, I was physically exhausted of just this awful relationship I had with food. The binging, the purging, the buying snacks that I know that money's just going to go to waste in the trash can. So after that, I started researching more about healthy eating, diet, exercise. I followed a lot of great people on Instagram who were very body positive and focused more on strength rather than thinness. Meg Squats was the biggest inspiration. I'm sure a lot of people might know who that is. So she was a huge help with my healing. I personally did not see a therapist or go to a rehab center. It was all internal. And I don't recommend that. If you need help, go talk to somebody. There are people there. There's hotlines that will help you for free. NEDA, N-E-D-A, National Eating Disorder Association, is a great source. But I did all my healing on my own. It took a long time. I would be lying if I said that immediately, like, I never had another episode. I did. Second year of college, third year of college, fourth year of college, there were still episodes where I would relapse. And that's where kindness and forgiveness really came into play on helping me move past that. Because if you have this relapse and you're in this dark, depressive state of like, oh, I messed up, I'm a terrible person, like, you're never going to get better. So as soon as I could forgive myself and move forward, that's when I started making the change and really started truly loving and appreciating my body.
You said so many key things in that whole explanation, from being surrounded by people who are thin, and that being what you see, and that kind of impacting how you view yourself or how you think you should be viewed. That is so key, because today in society, that's really the biggest talk about anything is body image.
Yeah.
We see it on social media, we see it in music videos, we see it we see it everywhere. We think that we are supposed to look this certain way because society tells us this is how we're supposed to look. One person that I completely admire of just loving herself and her body, Lizzo.
Yes.
So is, oh my gosh, that I pray to God one day I have her on my podcast, but she gives a completely different meaning of self-acceptance of who you are and your body, a different name. And the other thing that stuck out to me that you mentioned was, oh my goodness, the forgiveness of yourself.
Oh, huge.
Oh my gosh, that goes deep. If you can't forgive yourself, then how do you expect to get better? How do you expect to move on?
Yep.
So those were some key things that you said that I really hope someone who's watching this episode will really take note to that. They'll really hear that and they'll listen to that voice and they will say, I need to forgive myself. I need to put myself first, because at the end of the day, you do have to put yourself first. And I commend you for doing this on your own. Not saying that, going to help, is, should downplay. If you do need the help, I appreciate you saying that. Please seek the help, because those resources are out there. But not everybody can help themselves. Not everybody can go out and just say, all right, enough is enough. I'm going to do my own research. I'm going to figure some things out for myself. Some people do need that help. And if you are one of those people that needs that help, that's fine. Don't be ashamed in that. I'll be open about it. I was one of those people that needed to seek therapy. Yeah. I needed counseling because I struggled with anxiety and depression. And it really stemmed from the job that I worked at. It stemmed from also being a military spouse, being alone, and having to balance those emotions.
So much. Yeah.
So I really appreciate you touching on those things of just, forgiveness of yourself, self-love, and also, body image, because that's really important. So would you consider that time going through that and that journey, would you consider that one of your most challenging but yet enduring moments of your life? Because I feel like it was, listening to you, it sounded like it was challenging, but when you decided you were going to take back your mental health, and even when you relapsed and you're like, no, I can't do that again, that sounded very enduring to me. Like you realized, no, I'm going to put myself first.
It definitely was that, putting myself and my health first, but it was also taking a step and remembering that quote, like, we only have this one life. And it terrifies me that I'm going to lay on my deathbed one day and think I wasted my life. I didn't live to my true potential. So that was really the moment, like, that kind of clicked with me. It's like, this is it. This is all you get. So you better make it what it's worth. It was a huge existential crisis. As the most challenging, I'd say yes. Yeah, that would be the most longest and challenging moment I've probably gone through, just from an internal standpoint. 2020 was a hell of a year as well, but that's like a whole different, that was just like a career change and my identity changing. If I didn't go through those 4 years, I wouldn't be who I was today. So as awful as they were, I'm grateful that they happened. Do I want to go back and do it again differently? Yeah, but I want to redo high school differently and middle school differently too. So knowing what I know now, but I'm glad that I went through that struggle and came out stronger for it.
So where are you right now, as far as acceptance, self-love? Are you still on that journey to loving yourself? And what are some things that you would like to continue to work on? Some things you would like to improve within yourself?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm always going to be on a growing journey. I mean, right now I'm sitting at 132 pounds and I am very muscular. And if you would have shown me a picture of what I look like now to myself back in 2016, I would have freaked out. I would have been like, oh my gosh, what? No, that's too big. That's too big. Like, I can't do that. But here I am now, sitting comfortably, and probably going to gain some more muscle as well, just because my sport is powerlifting. I'm sorry, what was the second part of the question?
It just basically, you know, where are you right now? Are you comfortable with where you are?
Yes, extremely. I've actually, oh, I remember the second part. What am I still working on? Yes, there's a lot of self-love that I give myself every day. You know, if I have a pimple on my face, hey, that's your body's way of reacting to something you ate, or your hormones are off. You know, if you gain a little bit of weight, oh, that's your body's way of storing fat for the winter, or storing fat because you're fortunate enough to eat food. I look at my body now as this incredible machine that is doing so much work to keep me alive and to keep me performing at the sport that I love. Mm-hmm. So that's where the love comes from internally. As what I'm working on right now, trying not to relate my self-worth to my career and my career success. And that has been hard now that I am an entrepreneur and self-employed. If I don't do something every day or work till I'm absolutely physically exhausted, I feel like I wasted a day. And it's very important to take those days, or half a day, even if that's all you've got, to just do nothing, or go for a walk, or meditate, for whatever you need. Like, go do it. Mine's surfing. I haven't been able to go surfing that often, but it's something that I really enjoy doing. It helps me escape, because you can't have your phone out there. You're not on your laptop. You don't have anything except the surfboard, the water, and you. So that's something I've been drifting away from, because I've been so focused on, I got to grow this business. I got to get more clients. I got to have a social media presence, and I relate my worth back to that. So that is something I'm trying to work on with myself.
Like you said, take a walk, or go surfing, go to the beach, just take a moment to, you know, walk away from everything that is overwhelming you, that's stressing you out. That is so important, especially with COVID and being consumed by only right now social media, because that's how we're all keeping in touch with each other. Since we all can't be with our families physically, we're on social media. So that is so important and very key, is, you know, taking a moment to yourself. And, you know, another question I was going to ask you, I asked you earlier, how does it make you feel when you see the results from your clients, from what they look like before to what they look like now? But what I want to ask you is, when you look at photos of yourself from the past and look at yourself now, what does that do for you? Like, how does that make you feel? I would imagine that makes you feel very confident and very proud of yourself.
It gets me a little emotional, because like I said, I never thought I would be here to this size, at this strength level. There's, I can't think of an English word for it, but I guess grateful, honestly, like, because everyone's got a story, and everyone's got that thing that makes them unique and helps them, that journey that they had to go through. And that was mine. That was my struggle, my journey I had to go to. And I'm sure that later in life I will have other struggles, but because I did this, I know there's nothing too hard out there that I can't accomplish. There's nothing I can't get through. So looking back on those photos, yeah, confidence, absolutely, but also resilience and bravery, and yeah, gratefulness. Like, as awful as it was, I'm just really happy that I'm here today, alive, healthy, and strong.
I know MuscleMadz is still fairly new, but where would you like to see your business be in about 5 years or 10 years?
5 years, I would love to be just established, financially independent, and comfortable, not having to worry about money and bills. I would love to have a large clientele, working from online, so distance training, and then one-on-one training, like in this gym that I work at here, as well as nutrition coaching. I haven't thought too far, which I know I should, because visualization and vision boards are just so important. I need to do that now. So now that's homework for me. I've thought about making an app for like beginner powerlifters on like Form and help like that. I've thought about like just like ebooks or writing a book about my journey and helping people with past eating disorders. But 5 years is far to think about. I'm really just trying to make it through the first year, because I had a really good trainer friend of mine say, you've got to work your butt off the first year. You have to grind it out. It is going to be the hardest year of your life, but if you can make it through it, you'll be fine. So that's all I'm focused on right now, is just making through the first year. And then I can start thinking about 5-10 years from now.
Yeah. And that's fine. I mean, sometimes you just let your dreams and your goals just kind of go with it, just let everything just kind of settle. I know that's how it is with me. I used to think too far in advance into the future, and that would get the best of me, and that would stress me out. So now I just take it a day at a time.
Yep.
Something I learn is just to live in the moment.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes all you can do is take it one day at a time.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you can, especially nowadays. That's all you can do is take it one day at a time. I'm pretty sure all of us, I think I speak for most people when I say, we just want to be done with this damn pandemic. We want to be out of it. We want to get back to our normal lives, traveling, going on vacation. But, it's not going to go away by tomorrow. It's not going to go away by next week. It is going to take some time for it to go away. There's someone that's probably watching this episode, and they're probably thinking, I could never do what Maddie did. I could never do what, someone else did, as far as taking back their physical health. They're probably, they know they want to get better. They know they want to get healthy, but they're afraid to. They're afraid to take that step. What advice do you have for that person that's watching this episode right now?
Surround yourself with strong people. I was at my weakest, and I leaned on those around me. And that was social media at this point. I never reached out to them, but just their presence online helped me so much. And then when I moved after college, I found a group of people that lifted weights, and they were oh so supportive, even though I could only lift the bar, a barbell, but they were encouraging, and they were like, yeah, come on, you got it. Like, they always encouraged me to do more. And that stemmed so much of my love for powerlifting. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to do it alone, and it's okay if you're scared, really. That's why there are people out there that love to help people and hold their hand through this, because they've been there. Like, I know what it feels like to be afraid of food, to be afraid of going to an all-you-can-eat buffet, or traveling, or not having access to a gym. Like, I get that. So don't feel like you have to do it on your own. Reach out to someone. Like, reach out to me. I would be more than happy to help you with anything that you need help with. But yeah, surround yourself with strong people. That's what helped me get better.
That's good advice, and I hope someone hears that and they take that advice. I know a few people who could use that, and they can hear that, and that would hopefully help them. This is a moment where we bond as women, we bond as sisters, and we help uplift all women and everybody out there. We discuss a question that we think everybody can benefit from. So it's not a question that I have, it's more of a fill in the blank. So the fill in the blank question that I have is, the best thing a woman could have is what?
Inner strength. Yeah. Because if you have that, if you just have that drive, that inner strength, that's going to stem and blossom through everything you do, whether it's your job, your relationship, your workout routine, your nutrition habits, your way you raise your family, the way you treat your friends. If you're a strong individual from the inside, it's all about strength. I mean, as a power lifter, like, yes, it's all about strength for me.
I agree with that. I feel like the best thing a woman could have is self-love.
MuscleMadz@gmail, shoot me an email, like whatever you need, you can get in contact with me. I'm even on Twitch, even though I don't stream. But maybe one day, once I have some time, I need to play some video games here and there. The reason why you should contact me if you need any help when it comes to your relationship with food, or if you just want to get stronger, or if you want to start a training program, maybe you're an athlete and you're looking for a powerlifting coach, I got you covered there. Maybe you want to step on stage at a bodybuilding show and you don't know how to get started, I got you covered there. Really, I just want you to feel confident and love your body, and whatever goal you have, I'm in it with you, and I believe that you can hit that goal. Even if on some days you're not going to believe in yourself, I always will believe in my clients no matter what.
Well, there you go, you guys. You have it. Contact her. I will drop her social media and everything in this video. I'll also drop it at the bottom of the video so you can reach out to her. Please, please, please get the help if you need it. Do not be shy. Do not be scared. You are not in this alone. You have support. You have help. And Maddie is one of them. MuscleMadz is one of them. So please contact her. Again, Madeliene, thank you so much for joining me. This was such a great discussion.
Thank you so much.
I love how transparent you are about your story and about your journey. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.